Alright guys, so I'm driving home from work thinking, what am I going to do tonight? Couldn't think of anything, so I said, hey, why don't I swing by local fireworks store and pick something up and mess around with it tonight. Last week or so, as I've said in some of my other videos, I've been really debating on some different type of effects for my next show, and really have never tried these cakes, these 9-shot cakes, so I figured, yeah, why not pick one up, give it a try. I did pay retail, so at 85 bucks for 9 shots after tax, you're looking around $10 a shot. Not cheap at all, and that's one of the reasons that I've usually stuck with Excalibur reloadable. I get them for about $2 a shot. Either way, I thought I'd go ahead and give one of these a try. This is Migraine by World Class. I'm actually going to do a little something different with this though. I've decided I don't want to just shoot this off and have all 9 shots go. I want to kind of play around with it. So I'm actually going to dismantle this. I'm going to make my own rack. And I don't know how easy this is going to be to take these out of this cardboard, out of this wood base. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to play around with it for a little bit. And I'm going to see how bad it is and see if it's going to be possible to tear this thing apart and put them in my own racks, fuse them up myself. So yeah, I'm not really too sure how well or easy I'll be able to do this. They look like they're glued in there pretty hard, pretty solid. I'll see if I can break them out. I don't want to ruin them, so I'm going to test one, see if I can get it out, and if I can, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to take all these out, make my own rack, and go from there. So taking the outer cover off has been relatively easy. It's just stapled onto those on the base of the board there. Just pop that right off. Exposes our tubes. This is going to be our starting fuse. I'm going to make a note of the in and the out. Probably doesn't matter. You could probably use either one because it's going to go into the lift and then come out. So, but when I cut these off, I'll probably just tape this up, make it real secure so I can lock that down. But I'm gonna see if I can try to rock this out of place without hurting the tube. Otherwise, I might think about using something to loosen these up. Wouldn't you know it? You got nothing to do, you buy some fireworks to play with, and then it goes ahead and rains. Very disappointing. But this is actually really easy. All I did was just put a little pressure on this and it popped right out of place. Really no issue at all. Did not hurt the tube. So I think I should be able to get these out pretty easy actually. And then we'll go from there. Alright, I got 6 of these things out of here. The fuse that's coming out on this side is the out fuse, and I just started tugging on it. It's just pulls right out of there with no problem. So what I'm going to do is tape this up. I'm actually going to tape up the bottom as well. Some of these, you can see some of the plug that some type of red dirt they use for the plug came out. So I'm gonna strengthen that up, tape it up, just to make sure that there's plenty of support at the bottom. Alright, I got all the tubes out of the rack and I taped them all up. Simple enough. Taped up the extra hole that was left over when I pulled the fuse out, taped up the bottom, keep all that dirt and stuff from falling out. I do want to mention one other thing. I'm just experimenting with this. I don't know if this is a good idea or even legal for that matter. As far as I know, consumer fireworks don't really fall under any of the regulation, but who knows. So I wouldn't recommend anyone actually attempt this. I'm just experimenting again. Who knows how this will work. The reason I'm even doing this is I'm interested in incorporating some of these 3-inch shells into my show, but I don't want to fire them in the same time frame that the cake will actually fire them. And also I do understand it says 3-inch and the tube is 3-inch, but guaranteed the shell inside of there is not an actual 3-inch shell. It's probably just more of a typical consumer shell, probably only 2 inches at best. But from what I've seen in research, the effects that you get out of these are a lot better than the typical standard canister shells that are reloadable. So we're going to try it. I'm going to finish up building this rack. Basically, it's real simple: 2x4 on the bottom, 2x4 on the sides, and then we'll run the 1x4 runner here. I do need to keep in mind I'm going to have to run some type of a fuse down to the bottom. So I don't know if I'm going to either I'm going to have leave this up a little bit or figure something else out. I might just run wire right down to the bottom, which probably won't be too big of a deal. But I do use the tail-on clips a lot, so I'm going to have to think about that. Okay, got that done. Haven't even tested these tubes out yet, but we'll see if they can, how they're going to fit in here. And as you can see, I put the baseboard all the way to the bottom. Should give it enough support and give us enough room to clear just a little bit for those tail-end clips. But as you can see, well, they fit in there pretty near perfect. This is going to be interesting. All right, here we go. I taped on tail-end fuses. Obviously, using E-match, I don't have any, but using an E-match is going to be way easier on this. Overall, it's quite a bit of work to put them in compared to just a reloadable, but it might be worth it depending on what kind of effects you're looking for. And rain has died down, so I think I'm going to shoot 1 or 2 of these off tonight. We'll see. Three, two, one.
Oh, that was
Wow,
big.
really
That
loud
was
break.
so